Before we continue, I would like to explain that I am a qualified and experienced sound therapist. I have studied spiritual and scientific texts as they relate to sound and vibration. Some of the things I'm going to talk about today might initially sound impossible, but I would ask you to suspend your disbelief and remember, in the words of the author Paulo Coelho, people never learn by being told. They have to find out for themselves. It's about taking my words today and relating them to your own experience. And if enough truth resonates for you, go out and experience it for yourself. Find out if it holds true for you. To understand why I believe we are able to create and influence serendipitous events, I would like you to consider that we live in a vibrational universe. You are a vibrational being whose cells and organs all pulsate at a particular frequency. Our brain pulsates with electromagnetic energy affected by our emotions, our health, and our general state of well-being. Our body contracts and pulses at various rates, including your heartbeat, your stomach contracting, and the very act of breathing. Together, they make up you, a composite of frequencies, and so we each vibrate to our own personal tune. Disease, depression, negative behaviour patterns, these are all symptoms of our body and mind being out of tune, quite literally. Not only do our bodies vibrate on a cellular level, these vibrations do not end with the skin, but instead continue out into space on a vibratory continuum, being connected by an energy field or a matrix of waves. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secret of the universe, you need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. In terms of how you experience the world, the energy and vibration you give off is met and reflected back. We can feel this on an emotional level when we say that somebody's on our wavelength or we feel in tune with a personal situation. Therefore, if we can raise and enhance our internal vibration, we can create a situation that reflects back a more positive experience of life. So, how do we create that shift? Ancient teachings' view of how the world is created is through sound. Whilst the truth of these views can be debated, what is clear from modern research, sound can at the very least affect matter. In the 18th century, Ernest Chladni put sand onto a glass plate and vibrated it with a violin bow. The sand was pulled into creative and beautiful symmetric patterns. This work has been continued with the invention of the cymoscope by John Reed, who uses water as a surface membrane in which to imprint sound and create a digital representation of sound and vibration. In the following video clip, you will see the sound and vibration as represented on the cymoscope of a singing bowl, much like the one I have here. As you can hear, the bowl has rich and complex harmonics. Notice the symmetrical shapes and the similarities to those found in sacred geometry and within the harmonious shapes found in nature. Through the study of microcymatics and sonocytology, we are now able to hear the difference between a healthy and unhealthy cell. According to Gardner Snook of Manchester University, the difference between a healthy cell and a cancerous cell is like two very large orchestras all playing their instruments at the same time, but in the cancerous orchestra, the tuba is horribly out of tune. In the following 2 clips, you can hear the difference between the healthy pulsations of a yeast cell and the high-pitched frequency of one that is stressed. Notice the distortions as represented on the cymoscope of the one that is stressed. Through the latest experiments using microcymatics, it has been suggested that through the principle of entrainment, whereby a more powerful frequency causes a weaker frequency to synchronize with it, we can excite the membrane of a cell into coherent geometrical patterns. Therefore, if we direct harmonious sound towards our bodies, we are able to bring our cells into their own optimum frequency. Not only do we vibrate on a cellular level, our consciousness, our thoughts and emotions all have their own energetic imprint. Masaru Emoto, in his book The Secret Life of Water, exposed water to harmonious sounds, healing thoughts and prayer, as well as dissonant music and negative thoughts. He then froze the water and took photographs of the water crystals. The water that had been exposed to the harmonious sounds and the healing thoughts and prayer created beautiful and geometric water crystals, and those that didn't were misshapen or not present at all. By creating a steady rhythm through the use of Baroque music, toning a single vowel, or through the use of a gong, a Himalayan bowl, or through a mother singing a lullaby to her child, a steady rhythm can be created that allows the mind to latch onto it, slow down, and relax. The left and right hemispheres of the brain begin to resonate to a steady rhythm, bringing together the more linear left side with a more emotional and creative right. The subconscious and unconscious minds become aligned. Unresolved issues are released, and you become more vibrationally coherent and increasingly powerful. When this happens, life starts to flow, and those serendipitous moments increase. Why? Einstein quoted as saying, "We cannot solve problems using the same kind of thinking we had when we created them. We can change our thoughts and change the way we perceive the world. We start to see the world through a truthful lens, being curious of the opportunities presented to us. We respond creatively to situations, taking action that perhaps others might not, and perhaps we have not done in the past."
So, apart from this technique, to have the best effect or the blessings or the best flow of the grace within us, we say mantras. The sound of mantras resound, echo into the being of God. And they are re-echoed on our chakras. And then the chakras start opening more. So the flow of the grace of God is received. But only a realized soul should chant a mantra. Because without connection, how will it reach God? It is a vicious circle.
C'est un cercle vicieux.
Un circolo vizioso.
Now, one may say that, Mother, you cannot get realization unless and until you get the grace of God. And the chakras won't open by a person who is not a realized soul. Without opening the chakras, you cannot get realization.
Et sans ouvrir les chakras, on ne peut pas recevoir la réalisation.
Senza aprire i chakra non si riceve la realizzazione.
That's how the play of the Mother comes in. I would say the Sahaja Yogis have to break this vicious circle. You have to raise the Kundalini yourself.
Vous devez vous-même élever la Kundalini.
Voi stessi dovete alzare la Kundalini.
Once you raise the Kundalini opens the chakras a little bit. Because you have given your vibrations to the chakras.
Parce que vous avez donné vos vibrations à vos chakras.
Perché voi avete dato le vibrazioni ai chakras.
So once she knows there is a Sahaja Yogi standing behind the seeker, she rises. She knows you are her brothers and sisters.
Elle sait que il est un frère ou une sœur de cette Kundalini.
And that you belong to the same family as she does. She knows the land where she has to grow, see, so she can feel that, and then she rises in her dignity. That's how she breaks this vicious circle.